Hi there, good evening folks, good evening Philippines, and welcome back to our special coverage on the approaching tropical cyclone here in the Philippine Islands, particularly this system named Ulysses, which is now becoming a tropical storm, and it has already given an international name. This is a Vietnamese word meaning it is a Vietnamese word, Vamco, named after a famous river system in that country. So this is for Monday evening, November 9th, 2020, and this is brought to you by Typhoon 2000. So let's begin with our update. Here's the fast animation. As you can see here, we have two tropical cyclones right now over the western Pacific, extending all the way across the South China Sea. We have here tropical cyclone, tropical storm Etal approaching Vietnam. It will make landfall as probably between 40 to 45 knots tropical storm. That's roughly 75 to 85 kph. And right here across the Philippine Islands, we have another system. This is quite a larger system based on the wind rages being released by the JTWC and Japan Meteorological Agency. It could be an average to near large system as it moves closer towards the Bicol Peninsula and the eastern sections of Central Luzon. So folks, particularly over northern Samar up to Aurora province, please take some serious look at this storm, for it is likely to affect our environment within the next 48 hours based on what we see right now on the various computer models, various tracks of different Asian agencies, as well as the development of this system during the past 6 hours. And it's right now it's reaching at a high of 65 kph. That's a tropical storm, and later early morning tomorrow it could become 75 or 85 kph, so tropical storm, and likely in the afternoon or tomorrow evening it might be become a severe tropical storm with a possible threat again on the areas being affected lastly by Super Typhoon Rolly or Goni or Connie. That's the pronunciation of Goni based on the Korean accent. So let's pray that the system won't make any landfall. Let's hope for some miracle, but based on the scientific evidence on the various data from different parameters of the atmosphere, the system is likely to make landfall somewhere between the Bicol region and Aurora province. Let's hope and pray that it will accelerate, or else it will make some major flooding in various portions of Central Luzon, Southern Tagalog provinces, including Metro Manila, down to the Bicol area. Okay, let's move now to our zoom in satellite animation. This is from windy.com UMETSAT. This is the night vision imagery. As you can see, the system is still moving due north, a little bit to the northwest towards this direction. And later on it will start to move towards the west with a slight bend towards the west-southwest. Might pass very close to Daet Camarines Norte. This is the latest as of this evening. The computer models, which is for the past 12 hours, has been tracking it towards Pudillo. As of the latest, it's been moving down a bit. That makes us in danger again here in Camarines Sur, in Naga City particularly, and also the northern tip or northern portions of Catanduanes, as well as Daet Camarines Norte, which will be under the serious threat of this system. Also, these small islands near Daet, known as the Calaguas group of islands. So you must have some preparation right now, because this system is likely to affect your area within the next 48 hours. So this is the blue image from windy.com plus the infrared. As you can see, the increasing cloudiness brought about by this tropical storm. Now let's take a look at our various model output. This is around 8 a.m. this morning. As you can see earlier, the track is still here over Pulilio with some over Kasiguran area, and the Japanese model over the same area where Raleigh passed by, although it's more on the San Miguel Bay area, but we are still looking at the possible passage in between Pudillo or Dait Camarines Norte based on what we see right now. We'll keep you updated in the next 24 hours for the final track that this system will make. And this is the latest from the various Asian agencies from Hong Kong, Japan, USA, JTWC, Beijing, Taiwan, Korea, and our very own Pag-asa. So this is the latest. As you can see, the Pag-asa is the southernmost track, but looks the other agencies are moving into the track of Pag-asa, which is good based on what they are forecasting it. So let's hope and pray that it will still veer away, but there's nothing up north. Even a strong frontal system that could dig in and break the ridge is nothing that we can see right now. And we are going to show to you the intensity of the system in the coming slides. Now let's take a look at the track from our tracking, Typhoon 2000. So this is around 5 p.m. Our track is similar to all the tracks of the Asian agencies. This is around 5 p.m. It will pass over Pulilio in the evening or early morning of Thursday, November 12, and it will pass more or less 150 kilometers north of Naga City around 8 to 9 p.m. on Wednesday evening. So it's again a nighttime typhoon that we could be experiencing in the next 48 hours. So let's start preparing for tomorrow, as the system might make some surprise track again, but let's hope it won't intensify. The forecast here is still around 205, but based on the latest wind models, it will just be around 195, shy of 200 kph, but still quite a strong category 3 system based on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale. So that's the track, and if we zoom it, as you can see, Metro Manila will be severely affected by the system if the track won't change. Either it will pass, if it will pass here to the south or north, same situation. Manila will be under a serious problem from this weather system because we don't see any changes on the upper level winds that could disrupt the circulation of the system. So the intensity of the system will remain around 120 to 150 kph upon crossing the central sections of Luzon. So let's focus on the area of the cone of uncertainty. So this is the cone, as you can see. So folks living along the southern portions of Isabela down to southern part of the Bicol region must focus on the possible track changes of this system. Right now it's moving on that direction, but it may take another track towards Camarines Norte or northern portions of Camarines Sur. Let's hope not, because it looks like it is going that way based on the latest update as of 8 p.m. this evening. So tomorrow morning we are going to give you the latest on this weather system. So this is the possible track if it veers to the north. So far there's no scaving. Almost these areas from Isabela down to southern Bicol must take all necessary precautions for possible heavy rains, intense rainfall, plus winds of more than 100 kph, especially if you are within that red circles. This lighter red is around 100 to 130 gustiness. This one is more than 130, while areas outside of that red or light red circles, those are winds of 60 to 100 kph. So Bicol region will be affected by this tropical storm force winds, and let's hope that it won't do any damage at all. So tomorrow we are going to give you another update, and we'll show to you if there are some changes. So this is the latest multi-model diagnostic comparison. So this is what I'm talking about, the deep shear layer, or the deep layer shear, showing that the wind shear will continue to drop until November 12, 13, during the time the typhoon approaches the Philippine Islands. So that's why the system is expected to intensify at a faster rate. Okay, and you can see here the intensity guidance from the various models shows the possible wind speed as low as 95 kph to as high as 195 kilometers per hour, or around 105 knots. Okay, so somewhere between those intensity, this system might really bring some high winds over the affected areas, particularly near the core or the eye of this system. Okay, and here's the latest from the CIMSS. We're going to show to you the latest sea surface temperature. So the storm is moving over sea surface temperature of 30 degrees centigrade. That's quite hot, and it will really fuel the system. And if we look at our oceanic heat content, that will boost the intensity of the system. Right now, it's over warm oceanic heat content. That's around 175 kilojoules per centimeter squared. So it's really warm enough to fuel the intensity of this system. But upon reaching here near the Bicol region, it will start to go down, the oceanic heat content. But because of the passage here, after 12 hours, it could reach near 200 kph based on the computer models. But we are not going to remove the possibility that it may reach again super typhoon strength, because look what we've seen, what we saw on Raleigh or Connie. It really rapidly intensified at a very fast rate, never before seen for the past years in tropical cyclone warnings. So please take all necessary precautions. Let's hope and pray it won't happen. Okay, so let's take a look at the other this one, the shear. So under the shear, if we remove this, I'm going to show it to you that so let's move here. I'm going to show to you the latest on the shear. So right now the system is here and it will track here, so it's moving over favorable upper level winds or favorable shear. So the system will continue to intensify unless it's unfavorable. So right now there's no areas where unfavorable upper level winds is or are located at this time. Okay, so far that's the update for this evening, Monday. Let's hope and pray that the system won't severely affect any parts of the country. So this is another blow to our country. For the past 3 weeks, we've been bombarded by back-to-back tropical cyclones, and the last one is this very weak system, Tonyo, which moved out quickly out of the Philippine area of responsibility yesterday, and it's now a tropical storm Etao, approaching the coastline of Vietnam. But we are now focused on Ulysses, which could become another major system. So all we need to do is prepare ahead of time, and please take all necessary precautions. We will be giving you the latest update for the next 24 hours. So tomorrow we're going to give you another update on this weather system. From Typhoon 2000, this is Mike Padua reporting. Stay safe always, be #weatherwiser, and thank you for watching our channel.